back by high demand, trash or pass, and we're going over the MISCHIEF minnow. Let's get into this. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Alex, Oklahoma's worst angler. If you are new here, and Trash or Pass is a series that I started a while back, and what it is essentially is my first impressions of a bait, and if I think that it is trash, in between, or if it passes, my first impression, what I think a bait should be out of the box using it. Now, when I started this series a while back, it really has evolved quite a bit, and I'm trying to continue to evolve this series. Instead of giving just straight first impressions of me getting the bait, going right to the water, I'm trying to fish them for a little bit. So I'm a little more well-informed, because some of the past episodes I was not as well-informed, like the Guggen Squad clickbait. I wasn't as well-informed on that as I should have been, but still not for me. So, but anyways, I digress. We're talking about the MISCHIEF minnow today, and I've got a little bit of on-the-water footage, not as much as I would like, because again, I'm still trying to evolve this thing. The reason that it's been so long since I've done this episode or done this series is I got my own boat, and I kind of just been going out and going fishing on my own, and I realized that I need to get back to doing some trash pass. You guys have been asking for it for a long time, and I listened to you. So I've got quite a few coming your way. But again, today we're going over the MISCHIEF minnow, and that's it. So the MISCHIEF minnow is from Freedom Tackle. A parent company, or American Bait Works is a parent company of Freedom Tackle. So American Bait Works has Net Bait, Freedom Tackle, Set the Hook, Snag Proof, Scum Frog, and Halo rods. Now I am partnered up with American Bait Works, using their rods, using the Scum Frog. And I did get these at a discount, so I'm going to be straight up with you. I got them at a discount, but that does not mean that I'm going to give a biased opinion on these baits. Now, they come in two different sizes. You got 4.5 ounce or 4.5 inch, and you've got a 3.5 inch. Okay, 4.5, 3.5. There's your size difference right there. 3.5. Good Lord, I can't get my numbers right. 3.5 is 5/16 of an ounce, correct? Right? No, 7/16. I don't know. It's lightweight. The 4.5 is 5/8 of an ounce. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, my personal opinion and my experience with the 3.5 is not good. And the reason, sorry, I had a phone call come in there. But the reason being that I have not had a very good experience with the 3.5 inch is the blade is just too big. Even though the blade is smaller on the 3.5, it would still get fouled up in that rear hook. What the blade is meant to do, the blade is meant to clack along the body and give this bait a rolling action. It's a wild action in the water. It rolls back and forth. The blade clacks against the body, and you'll kind of hear that in a little bit of on the water footage that I got coming for you. But on the 3.5 inch, that blade, you can see, hits right along that rear treble, and I would have more times than not that blade getting fouled up on the rear treble. It's kind of bummed me out, because I love this size, I love that profile, but it did not work for me. I mean, I hate to say it, but 3.5 inch was, almost trash. So I'm sorry, Freedom Tackle, but I mean, it's just, we gotta position the blade further forward so it hits against the body and actually works like on the 4.5 inch, or stays out of the way of that treble, or maybe even shorten the blade, something. But 3.5 inch, guys, I'm telling you, I would not get the 3.5 inch if I were you. So again, just being honest, like I said, I'm not being biased. Now the 4.5 inch, on the other hand, this thing is absolutely money. This bait, the way that it rolls, the way that it clacks, that blade going against the back of that bait in the water, you can hear it clacking. It's not quite a buzz bait, but it clacks against the body. It creates that roll to where this thing is just going straight, but it's rolling back and forth like this. And that blade as the trailer right there is clacking against the body, it's throwing up a little bit of water, but it creates a really unique action. One of my favorite things to do with this bait, which again, I failed on you guys, I'm sorry, but one of my favorite things to do is to rip this. Rip and pause. Because when you rip this, it looks just like bait fish busting. I mean, it's uncanny. I've tricked Steve, the OK Fisherman, many times with this inadvertently just from ripping it. And he thought it was, you know, a fish busting, hitting the bait, or just bait fish going. So, ripping this thing is a blast. I mean, you got to do it with this thing. Or you can work it as a straight retrieve like I'm going to show you here in a second. But anyways, I guess we'll just go ahead and show it right now. Oh, we got him. Okay. Yes. Yes. Oh, he's running here. He's running up here. He's running up here. Get up here, bub. Come here, bubba. Don't go flailing around. I don't want a hook in my hand. Long-awaited treasure pass of the freaking Freedom Tackle Mischief Minnow. Boom, sucker. Fatty. Thanks, buddy. Oh, yeah. Holy cow, look at you, Greenie. Mischief Minnow, man. Gets freaking bit. So, I mean, a couple of fish catches on it. I've had a lot, and the one that I throw the most is the bluegill. And that's the one I still have tied on my rods, which are in the car right now because I'm about to go out fishing again. So, the bluegill has been the biggest producer for me. They've got a ton of colors in these things, but the bluegill is the one that I keep tied on. But straight retrieve on this or rip and pause. Nice thing about this thing is when it's paused, it does a nose up right here. So that blade kind of weighs it down back there, but the buoyancy is up on the nose. So it sits up like this in the water column. Now, if you guys ever get this thing, you'll see that it comes with a snap and an extra snap. The snap is key. The snap is key for getting the correct action out of this bait. I've seen some guys talk about this bait and they did not like it. I don't know if they were working with the snap or not. Most likely not with the snap, because I've done this without the snap and it does not have the same action. It's not quite the crazy wobble that you get out of this thing, and you got to use the snap on it. The snap is plenty strong. I've never had any issue with it. I've caught some big fish on this thing, well, the bluegill one, but the snap is no issue at all. The Freedom Tackle Mischief Minnow 4.5 inch, 100% pass. I love this bait. I think it's great. If you guys want to check it out, do so. You can get them on Tackle Warehouse, or you can get them from American Bait Works and use code OWA15. Saves you 15%. I do not get a kickback though. I don't get a kickback. It just is a code that I asked for to save you guys some money. So you had that there. But it is a very unique topwater bait. This thing catches all kinds of fish. I've caught bluegill. I've caught a lot of sand bass on these things. I've caught a lot of bass on these things too. But over grass, it does rip out pretty well. Considering there's only 2 sets of treble hooks that are on there, it rips out of grass pretty well. I really like to throw it along grass edges. That's what I like to do. Or subsurface grass. Open water, if I see schooling activity, this thing is killer. Absolutely killer. Especially right now in summertime with school, the bass schooling up. That thing is definitely a go-to for me. So, guys, hope you enjoyed this series, this episode of Trash or Pass. It's good to be back. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time we're on the water.